So there's only about like a quarter left in this bottle, so I'm probably gonna put it in for about 12 seconds or so. We'll see how that goes. So that worked good, about 12 seconds for that. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our feeding. So you can see that she is ready. She's very vocal and she's hungry, and also she's ready to go potty. So we're gonna open this up, take her out, and bring her over to the sink. I know, my life is really hard because I move. She's kind of flaily. Okay, so we're at the sink. She's kind of flaily. If you really want to, you can always flip her upside down. She'll be happier with that, but you'll be able to see less of what's going on down below. And sometimes that's important, but if you feel like it's too difficult to do on the flip side, then this is always a possibility. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip her over. She does not like that, but I'm gonna get to see what's going on here. So I'm gonna place the big wad of toilet paper between her legs and just kind of wiggle it around a little bit. As I do, usually she settles down just a little bit. There she goes. She's a little, not too much, but she usually gets a little bit calmer, only because she starts to go potty. And kind of just rub it around. Take a look and see what I got. Not a whole lot. So that actually makes me curious as to if she decided to use the litter box tonight. There's a possibility that she did. Remember, that's what our goal is at this point in the game. She's got a little bit of urine here. You keep rubbing just a tad bit more. She's fussing, but she's perfectly fine. She's just grumpy that I'm holding her like this. As soon as I flip her over like this, she's like, okay. Where's my food? Where's my food? Where's my food? She wants her food. So once again, I'm sitting her in my lap and make sure that she is sitting upright. Go away, Rosie. Upright. Kittens eat upright. They do not eat in a typical baby, like human baby pattern. They eat on their all fours. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna do a modified swaddle. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pinch from behind, which will give you a little bit more liberty with your hand in the front. So by pinching her from behind, not too tight, not choking her, but just enough that her front paws are held down. Once again, we want to make sure that our formula is just above our temperature of our body. We don't want it to be room temperature. We want it to be warmer than 98.6, but not too hot that it hurts or scalds us. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin feeding. So we want to make sure that it is in a inclined manner. So it should always be at a slant, at an incline. Every once in a while, neonatal babies need to have a little bit more, support in place to help them be less distracted, much like a human baby. So you can place your fingers over their eyes, or you can do so without letting them get their feet out. You can place their blanket over their eyes. You can see that one of her feet came out, but that's okay because she's not flailing around. She is just going ahead and eating her nighttime feed. So we want to just make sure that we continue to keep it in that upright manner. She is seated in my lap on all fours except for her one little paw that she has up holding her bottle, but her bottle is in a nice good slant in order to avoid any air bubbles. She's starting to resist it, so I'm going to hold it away, give her a moment to swallow, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jiggle it in her mouth just for a second, just to see if, oh, there goes that foot. She is very into trying to hold on to her bottle. So you can see, like, just by jiggling it, whatever, that gets her suckling again. And she is back with a nice latch. She might actually finish this bottle in this feed. I might have to get more food. That's kind of the first for me. So again, keeping it right at that nice warm temperature. Again, warmer than your body. A neonatal kitten is actually warmer than our body temperature, about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. But not so much warmer that it feels super hot to your touch. So you want it to feel just warm, warmer than your body, cooler than something that would burn you. And you can see here that we're almost at the very end of this bottle, so she's doing a great job. So she started to let go of her latch there. So this is just to kind of give you an idea of how she's seated. This is how she's seated in my lap. Even though I had the blanket around her, it probably looked like I had her in a kind of a swaddled human baby-like position. Really, this entire time she's been seated in my lap like this, and this is that barbershop swaddle. So she is very much seated on her all fours. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take her right now, again, to avoid getting clawed unnecessarily by her non-retractable claws. I'm gonna hold her up on my shoulder like this, pat her with 2 fingers to burp her. And she will burp. And if she doesn't burp, it's okay. That doesn't mean that she didn't necessarily do what she needed to do in order to digest the formula she just had. This is what gets the bubbles out, and whether you hear it or not, this is a necessary part of it for sure. Yes, I do. You. Oh, you miss so much. I do. Yes, I love you. These are some of the most tender moments when we have these moments like this, because she loves being fed, and formula is yummy to her. Okay, so we've just burped, and I actually did not hear any kind of a burp that time. But once again, to go ahead and go back, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this, put it underneath her chin, wrap it up behind her neck, pinch it behind, not choke her, but hold her little crazy little wild paws down. Let her go ahead and finish up this bottle. Again, even though she looks like she's facing upward, she is, her head is, but all 4s are down on my lap. She has a really nice good latch on this. She's starting to nibble around. That tells me she's probably pretty much done. Looking at how much she has left in the bottle, that would make sense. Again, she's teething. She's got her canines. She's got her premolars in. They're all starting to come in right now. It's very typical for her to start to want to chew on this. And she's done. And if we look at this bottle, we have literally almost every bit of it gone. So she's done an awesome job, and she's eaten like a champ. So what I would do for this last little bit, hey, hi, see, I needed to make a little burp, and maybe not, but I'm gonna burp for a minute, and then it's time for me to go to bed.